been a while since I've done a video here on my channel, so I'm gonna actually call this video some stuff I've seen and new stuff I purchased and all that. But anyways, the first film I want to show is a film I watched today. It's a Criterion. So let's begin this video with Criterion. Star Dogs. What the hell? It's Straw Dogs, idiot. A film by Sam Peckinpah. David and Amy move in a little village in England and all that, so that David can do his grant and all that and everything, and Amy has they basically live in Amy's father's house and all that she grew up in. So we meet a whole bunch of the men that live in the village. A lot of them are drunks, and there's one main character and all that, the main drunk of the entire film itself, that pretty much has a hot daughter, and she has a brother and all that pretty much tries to keep her out of trouble and such. So yeah, and we have another character pretty much got released from, I think, the mental institution a little while back, and a lot of the people don't like him playing with kids, playing ball and all that, and he's not really right in the head. He doesn't really know what the hell he's doing. So yeah, pretty much David and Amy lived their life, and they hired a whole bunch of these men and all that pretty much after work they go get drunk and all that, and they just really you just basically hired them to build a shed and all that. So yeah, probably one of the most fucked up rape scenes I've ever seen in a movie, other than I Spit on Your Grave and I Spit on Your Grave and Last House on the Left and all that. Was really weird. A really weird, like, rape scene. She didn't like being raped and everything, but I don't know, in some fucked up way she liked it. I don't know. Just really a weird scene. So yeah, the mentally ill man and all that goes to like some sort of church function at a certain point, and the little girl and all that, pretty much, I don't know how old she was really in the film, but she's pretty much a little horny, little devil and all that, and she basically left with the mentally ill man, and something terrible happened which you're gonna have to watch the movie itself, and her brother pretty much goes to his father and all that, tells him that he kidnapped her and does all sorts of terrible things to her and all that. So they go to the tavern and just really get drunk and everything, and they find out where they brought her, where they brought the mentally ill man and all that, because David hit him with the car and he felt sorry for him, and he basically brought him home to wait for the doctor and all that. But the father pretty much goes to David's house and starts shit. Just pretty much tries to destroy the entire fucking house to just basically get the guy and just fucking massacre him. But David doesn't want that. He wants the guy safe and all that, so that the doctor can pretty much take care of him and all that. But yeah, a lot of the carpenters that David fired, and a lot of like the drunk idiotic morons in the little village, pretty much start destroying the house, even trying to set fire to the house, and yeah, it's fucked up. And just really the ending of the film, it's, I don't know, just a really weird ending. But I have to say, I didn't hate it. I didn't like it. Well, I liked it, but not as much as I thought I was going to like it. Not the greatest film ever made, but it's something different. It's something that you don't see a whole lot of. I've never seen the remake of this film, but I'm pretty sure it's tamer compared to what this was. So, yeah. Sorry, everybody. I'm gonna have to open something to. Let's see. We're gonna have a root beer. Okay. Cheers. Alcoholic root beer. So, but anyways, it's really fun doing this shit. But anyways, the next one I've never watched before. I just purchased this today for $1. It's a rental exclusive, but I just really want to watch to see how good this film is. I don't know where this comes from. Rental exclusive. Because I don't know. Fox Connect. I don't know. Honestly, I really don't know where this film could actually come from. So, but this film, I don't know if it's the life of I don't know if it's the life of Alfred Hitchcock, the master himself. But yeah. The next one is a film that I've seen online, and I've seen a trailer, and I've heard a lot of people talk about for many, many years. And Anchor Bay, I think it was Anchor Bay back in the day, released it in a special limited edition. But Air Video actually released this. I was really happy. The Bird with the Crystal Plumage. Never really actually seen the film again. But in 1970, young first director Dario Argento from Deep Red and Suspiria, which Deep Red I've never actually seen. I'm gonna have to get that one at some point. Made is an indelible mark on Italian cinema with The Bird with the Crystal Plumage, a film which redefined the giallo genre of murder mystery thrillers, and catapulted him into international stardom. So, yeah, I never knew this was his first film. Don't remember what year this. I think it's 1970. I think. Yeah, language English and Italian. Probably early 70s. They say 1970. In 1970. It was probably filmed in 69, but yeah, it came out in the 1970s. Yeah, nothing really much to say about the film. I've never watched it, so. The remake of Steve McQueen's amazing film, and until I watched Cinema Sickness and all that, right here on YouTube, and probably some other places like VidMe. I don't know if he's on there, but anyways, it's going to be uploaded on those two formats anyways. Yeah, I never knew that there was a Blobfest in Philadelphia, so never knew. You always pretty much learn a lot of new stuff and all that. Yeah, The Blob. Pretty much a remake of the film. Really, a lot of the plot is different, but there's an homage to the film itself, the original one, in the movie theater. So it's pretty awesome. Won't say too much about the film. It's mostly about some sort of like meteor type thing that later in the film we find out that it's man-made, and they have to stop it. So it wreaks havoc on the city, and yeah. Um, One film that I purchased, well, Tuesday and all that. It was my day off, and I was really happy. And I had the money. I had a little money left in my pocket, and I said to myself, "It's been a while since I wanted to watch that movie," and I was a little disappointed at the ending. Power Rangers. Power Rangers. I actually grew up with the original series. Played the Super NES game. Loved it. It's pretty much about a bunch of teenagers and all that in detention. They all meet. I can't remember. I'm thinking Jason, Billy. You have Zach. You have. Damn it, I can't remember. You have Zach. You have. Damn it, doesn't say. Doesn't really say, but anyways, a lot of them they meet in detention and all that. A lot of them hate each other, and what I liked about the film is they didn't say you're gonna be Power Rangers and that's it, that's all. They actually made you appreciate the characters. They made you think to yourself, these right there, these are the Power Rangers. These are the kids that should be the Power Rangers. Beginning and all that, they find the place where Zordon and Alpha is, and pretty much a lot of them don't get along, but the more the film progresses, the more they become friends, and the more they become what Zordon, fun in his head, he knew. He just really pretty much knew that they could be Power Rangers, and that they could be something good. And then we have which Tyra Banks in the role of Rita Repulsa. Pretty much, to me honestly, they did not do a whole lot with Rita in the film. They did a little, but I wish that they would have done a lot more with the character. She would have been a lot more developed and everything. And she was good for what it was, but it could have been better in my opinion. Pretty much the ending, which I won't say anything, but the one character that really I've never been disappointed about, one of the main villains in the story itself, Goldar. Oh my god. That probably one of the most god-awful looking Goldar I have ever seen, or type CGI character that I've ever seen in a movie. There's probably been tons of them, but I have never seen them. But it's just really like, it made, to me honestly, it made the movie terrible. And it just really ruined everything that I've just watched and all that. And I just really left a sour taste in my mouth that until the end I could not get out of. I wish that they would have at least used the original design, probably tweaked it a little, like the dog-like features, or some sort of creature-like features of Goldar and all that. They could have done something different, but just really, oh my god. Pretty much the way they defeated Rita, there's going to be a sequel, but I'm crossing my fingers that they do not use Rita in the next one. That they either bring in Zed, or bring in some other different villain on that of the original series, or probably create their own. That would be seriously awesome if they would create their own villain. Don't go back to the past. Create something different. And that's what they did in the film, but again, just ugh. and I completely marked out at the end. And then I knew there was going to be a sequel. I don't know who's going to play Tommy Oliver, but I cross my fingers. I hope that they will do Green with Evil. Probably if they do Green with Evil and all that, they're going to have to bring back Rita. I don't know how they're going to bring her back, the way she was defeated and all that, but there's always a way to pretty much bring back a villain. But anyways, enough of me talking about this movie. The next one is The Peanut Butter Solution, which I never knew was actually a French film until I saw it at my local Walmart. Love the cover to this. Love the original cover. I wish that they would have at least given us the original cover. Well, I think they did. No, they didn't. Okay. Okay, one of the original covers, poster and all that, which I wish that I could have gotten. This right here, this looks wicked. But yeah, it's pretty much about a little boy and all that. Michael. One day he goes with his friend to pretty much an abandoned like building and all that. There's a slide and everything, but Michael sees something that really scares the bejesus out of him, and the next morning starts losing his hair. And then one night he finds, he actually sees two ghosts and all that, two dead people. A lady that has a recipe to grow his hair back. So he uses a recipe and everything, and yeah, his hair starts growing, but it's growing and growing and it will not stop. And you have another plot in the film, pretty much an art teacher that you have to do it this way, and it's my way or the highway, and you can't draw this, you have to draw what I tell you to draw. Oh my god, that was an awesome character in the movie. And he eventually loses his job as an art teacher and becomes one of the main villains in the story. Kidnaps Michael and takes his hair and all that and creates magic brushes to basically, you can go inside the paintings and do all sorts of stuff, which is pretty brilliant, pretty awesome little subplot in the film. But all in all, it's a pretty awesome little kids film that I don't know why I missed for so many years. Wow, it's hard talking. It's tiresome too. I don't know how news broadcasters do it, but oof. Archie's Weird Mysteries. This one right here, I was pissed off when I didn't buy the original release of this. This is the re-release of the series. You pretty much have Archie, Betty, Veronica, Jughead, and Reggie. Yeah, Reggie. Pretty much is some type of prima donna. Pretty much a jackass, I have to say. Archie pretty much is like the main character in the story. He tries to be the hero and all that. Jughead, pretty much just like in the comics, is gluten. Eats at Pop Tate's chocolate shop a lot of times, and like Pop Tate's actually says in the series itself, he's one of my best customers. You have Betty and Veronica, again, that are just like in the comics, pretty much fight over Archie. a couple of the episodes, you have Attack of the Attack of the Killer Spuds. Pretty much the first episode. Pretty much about potatoes that can clone you, and you just basically stand there and your clone goes and basically tries to create other clones with potatoes and all that. Another episode that I really liked, Me. Veronica just really finds out pretty much how Veronica is, how much of a bitch she can be sometimes. Again, another episode of Attack of the 50-Foot Veronica, and she just really finds out how it is to be different. Mega Mall of Horrors, pretty much a mall that pretty much hypnotizes the kids to go shop and shop and shop until they can't shop no more and they become dummies or statues. You have so many amazing episodes in this. Certainly the last disc that has the 3 episodes. 3 episode like I would say like miniseries and all that, mini little thing that one episode ends and it continues with the same topic of the last episode and different thing and all that. But it's really awesome. You have a vampire one and you have a time travel one that basically a vampire in Riverdale starts creating a lot of vampires with teenagers and all that. It's up to Archie and the gang to stop her. It's pretty much that. It's really interesting little episodes. And then the episode of the time travel during all 3 episodes and all that, it's Archie stopped one of the kids and all that that had like some sort of time thing in his hand, just really trying to rob a bank. But Archie comes to him and all that, and he takes the thing, and the kid gets arrested, goes 30 years in prison for bank robbery. But he comes back from the future and all that, 30 years prior, and steals the time travel thing and tries to make Archie's life a living hell. So yeah, it's really interesting. Awesome 3-parters and all that. I wish that they would do amazing stuff like that with Archie and the gang and everything. Okay. Whew. Okay. The Lego Batman movie. I was a little disappointed about this movie. It was good, but I was a little disappointed. They really, like, pretty much what the premise of the film is. You meet Batman. He's pretty much an egotistical type character and all that. That really, he looks out for Batman, number one. But pretty much what the story is Batman gets tricked into Joker opening some sort of portal and all that, so that the Joker can go get a lot of the villains that they have in the other dimension and bring them back and just really destroy Gotham. Just really good little story, but nothing. What really pissed me off is you don't see Batgirl until I think like the very end of the film. And I don't know, just a little subplot that Barbara Gordon becomes commissioner really early like that. I don't know. I know in Batman Beyond she's the commissioner and such, but yeah. She's, I don't know, just in this movie she was a little too young to become commissioner. But yeah, it's good for what it is. I'm not going to say too much about it, but I'm a big Batman fan, and I was a little disappointed, so. Yeah, another film that I really loved, Rudy. Rudy is about Rudy. Damn it, I don't remember what his family name is. But Rudy, he's too small to, nobody believes in him, and he tells his father and all that I am gonna play for a certain college and all that, which I cannot remember. Notre Dame, yeah. Pretty much wants to play for Notre Dame and all that. But, yeah, he's a little too small and nobody believes in him. So he graduates and finds a job in like a welding plant, like not a welding plant, but some sort of how do they call it? Where do you make metal or something? I don't really remember. Years later, he applies to like some sort of religious college or something like that, just to really try to bust his ass and try to get higher marks and all that, so that he can have a chance to go to Notre Dame and try to get a position on the football team. So for many months he busts his ass and everything, and just really, at some point he gets to Notre Dame, tries to get into Notre Dame football team, but he's recruited like some sort of second banana or something like that, second fiddle. I don't really know what football is, but yeah. And yeah, he's just really a lot of times disappointed that he really wants to play for Notre Dame. And at a certain point, he actually gets his dream. And it's just really probably one of the most inspiring films that I've seen in a long damn time. That it actually, you have a fucking dream, you want to fucking create a company, you want to do something with your life, fuck what other people think. Do what you want to do. And probably one of the most inspiring, and probably a lot of you guys out there will laugh at me for saying this, but probably one of the most inspiring documentary I've ever seen has to be the Dave Thomas, the founder of Wendy's documentary. Just really a guy that had nothing. Just basically worked in a greasy diner for many years. Started to go work with Colonel Sanders and created for, I think, the early 60s, the late 60s, 70s, created Wendy's. And yeah, just really a guy that wouldn't bust his ass. And when you bust your ass, you don't complain, and you just really work like a fucking workhorse. You'll actually get something at one point in your life. You're probably gonna bust your ass for many years, and it's probably gonna be hard, but it's gonna come. Yeah. Anyways, a little positivity never really hurt anybody. The next one has to be one of the weirdest films I've seen in a while. Ghost World. I really won't say too much about the film, but yeah, I really don't know what else to say about the film. I'm not really that great at explaining stuff, so I'm just gonna let you guys watch the trailer of this film. So the next one is a weird film, Evil Ed. In the beginning and all that, you have some sort of yeah, some sort of, an editor and all that pretty much goes crazy and bananas and everything and starts cutting film and just really goes nuts. And he blows his brains out. And it begins like that. So, yeah. Can't remember the name of the character. Ah, damn it. Doesn't really say. Damn it. Okay, Ed. Excuse me, everybody. Oh, damn. My ass is cramped. Not the best seating ever. But yeah, pretty much Ed is like some sort of, I think, a scientist or something like that in the beginning of the film. So, I think the owner or the director or something like that, so some random guy, it's basically gives him a second, another job and all that, transfers him to another job that basically puts him in a house that he has to splice film together and edit films and all that that are really, a lot of times, really, really violent. To a point that Ed becomes completely nuts and crazy and starts killing and everything. Just really a weird film. From beginning to end, it's wow. It's weird as fuck. This is pretty much what watching a little too much violence will do to you. Rot your brain out. So, yeah, it's pretty much, yeah, Ed and all that. His wife doesn't see him anymore. His child doesn't see him anymore. Probably one of the worst child actresses that I've ever seen and all that. That's pretty much, I think she only cares for like her party or something like that. Really, terrible acting. But yeah, it's probably one of the best things. I wish that they would have done this film and showed the refrigerator monster and all that. I wish that they would have put him a lot more in the film. Also, what really happens to Ed is Ed's starting to see a lot of fucked up things. And he sees this monster in the refrigerator and all that eats a lot of the shit inside a refrigerator. So that's an awesome little bugger right there. Damn. Okay. Him. Awesome little like some sort of gargoyle type creature and all that I don't know. Mostly probably Gremlins type character, something like that. But yeah, I would actually give probably a second watch to the film. I highly recommend anybody out there. You just really find a bare bone type of movie, not movie, but bare bone type of this film right here. Buy it. It's a really highly recommended film. One that I purchased at the dollar store that really surprised me how good it was. And this film right here is his first original film after Dead or Alive. Heavenly Creatures. Heavenly Creatures is pretty much about two girls and all that. Pretty much become really good friends. And yeah, two good friends and all that have a big imagination. And I can't remember, one of them has a really strict mother and all that. And she pretty much really doesn't come to mind right now, but pretty much they really plot at the end of the film to kill the mother and all that. And it was actually based on a true story of them killing the mother and everything, which I've never really heard of. It's an Australian film. It's a Peter Jackson film, but yeah, it's pretty wicked, I have to say. Nothing really much to say about the film. If I say too much, I'll probably will spoil it. But Okay. These films right here I've owned for many, many years, and I've seen all of them many, many times. But I just really rewatched them a little while back, so I wanted to relive all 4 films. The Scream quadrilogy and all that. Really, I won't say too much about this. It's about a bunch of killers and all that put a ghost face on, and a lot of people get killed and such, so they have to really solve the mystery and everything. It's pretty good. This one, Fort 1, was pretty decent. Nothing really compared to the trilogy and all that, but yeah. Really, pretty much highly recommended quadrilogy type of films. And last but not least, a Demi Moore film that really, wow, surprised me. And you don't see a whole lot of Bruce Willis as an evil, perverted motherfucker. Demi Moore's character and all that. Pretty much, yeah. Demi Moore's character is brought to the police station to find out one of her best friends, her husband was killed, and just really pretty much like a series of events and all that really led to his killings. But what you actually really find out at the end is pretty much, you probably, a lot of times, you probably know really is the killer and all that. But it's just really, it's fun. It's just really, how can I say this? It's really entertaining. Bruce Willis, I don't know if Bruce Willis was married. I don't know if they were married together, Bruce Willis and Demi Moore. Probably they were years after this film. Or probably they were married when they fell in love with this Mortal Thoughts and all that. Which I wish that they would never release a remake of this, because it's way too awesome. Way too amazing, I have to say. Yeah. That's pretty much what I have to say about the film. I don't have too much to say about it, but yeah. Anyways, go drink the rest of my root beer. Alcoholic root beer. And I will talk to you guys later, and good eye.